Singapore, and we are back for another week of amazing promotions and, of course, promo codes plus discounts. So if you missed our lives from last week, well, we are now down to, can we just quickly double check, Ram? Is it the third week of October already? It is, right? Yeah. We are now down to the third week of October, and we've been telling you guys, October is really passing by really fast. But don't let these promotions pass you by, because for this month, we have our code LS-SaveBig. So you've been seeing it up here. We can still use these codes for our amazing devices. And if you missed the promotions for our latest buds and tabs, well, this is gonna be your night. So good evening, Singapore. We're gonna be live for the next 60 minutes, and make sure that while we are live, you are checking out. Again, only available in our Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app. So make those accounts right now and download the Samsung Shop app as well. And for our viewers who might be watching us using the Facebook channel, our recommendation is for you to open up another tab and head over to the Samsung.com website if you are using a laptop, or prepare your phones and download the Samsung Shop app. Because for the people who already have the Samsung account, they know about the benefits already. But for those people who might haven't created an account yet, well, this is your chance to create an account and benefit from the 0% interest installment plans of 48 to 60 months. And of course, guys, you get to have the free delivery, plus, of course, Samsung rewards. So invest on your products right now and invest for your purchases in the future. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the products that we have for tonight. And for tonight, we are bringing in the latest tablets plus the latest buds. And they are, first and foremost, the Galaxy Buds 3 FE. One of my personal favorites from our latest releases. Alright, so let's have a quick glance of the Galaxy Buds 3 FE right now. See, guys, it looks super duper sleek and great, and this is super gray. Look at this. This is the gray edition, guys, but we have this in both gray and black. So if you've been wanting to check out an affordable buds, well, we're going to talk about this later. But if you know things about this already, make sure that you are using the code LS-SaveBig and make the checkout right now. All right, and next up, we have the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra right in front of me. So here you guys go. Look at that. Very big, very sleek, very thin. So if you've been looking to check out the biggest device out there, the biggest tab and the most powerful tab as well, well, we have the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra for tonight. There you guys go. Check out this very slim and powerful device. But of course, we have the Galaxy Tab S11 as well. So if you want more portability but more power as well, we have the Galaxy Tab S11 over here, which is a smaller version of the Tab S11 Ultra. Comes at an 11-inch size, of course. Personally love this one. Whenever I hold this Tab S11, I get speechless because I've been really wanting to check it out. So let's check it out together this night. All right, and last but not the least, we have our Galaxy Tab S10 Lite. There you guys go. So if your priority is affordability, the Tab S10 Lite is gonna be the best option for you. Alright, so all of these are available right now at the Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app. So make sure that you are making the purchases tonight with the code LS-SaveBig. Say it with me, Ram. LS-SaveBig. Again, guys, when using the code, correct sequence, correct spelling, and of course, all caps lock. And for the people who might be encountering some problems with regards to using our code, our Samsung personnel will help you, or contact our customer support. All right, and we are sure that they will assist you. But for the people who might be watching us during this live chat and live, well, guys, make sure that you are dropping down those comments, whether you may be watching from the Facebook Live or our Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app. And for us to quickly locate these products, again, for the people who might be watching us in our Facebook Live, head over to the Samsung.com website or prepare your phone and head to the live, because once you tap to enter the live stream, you will see the shopping bag icon down there. And once you tap that, you will see the list of the products that we have for tonight. And then just tap on that specific product and you will be directed to the exact locations of where they are. And don't forget, guys, we may have a code, but we have a lot more in store for you. All of these right now can be checked out with the code LS-SAVE big. And I'm thinking maybe there are some people out there who might be thinking about the S25 FE, right? So guys, well, they might not be for highlighting for tonight, but we still have our amazing promotions for that mobile phone. So go ahead and check that out. And for tonight, we have the code LS-SAVE big. Again, use that for the checkout page and get an up to 50 Singapore dollars off on the following devices: the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, the Galaxy Tab S11, the S10 Lite, and Galaxy Buds 3 FE. Again, these are the products we're highlighting for tonight. Alright, so if you have more products that you want to check out, just follow us in our Facebook website or Facebook social media channel, and of course download the Samsung Shop app so you get to be updated when we go live. But for tonight, check out these products. And of course, we have our Eco Bundle deals still available for our hero products. And the good news is that we get to have an additional 20 to 30% off for the Galaxy Watch 8 series and Tab S10 as add-ons. And don't forget, guys, that some of these add-ons are stackable with our code LS-SAVE big. So this Eco Bundle deal can be available for some of the products or select products that we have. And they are the following. And the good news for this, well, we added the Galaxy Tab S11 series and S10 Lite for the hero products. So you get to have the Eco Bundle deals as well for tonight if you check this out. Plus the following devices: the Galaxy S25 series, including the S25 Edge, the all-new Galaxy Z series, the Fold 7, Flip 7, and Flip 7 FE, the Smart TVs, which are the Neo QLED QN series, the OLED S series, the Frame and Frame Pro 4K, and the QLED Q8 F series, and the Crystal UHD U series. And as for our refrigerators, we can check out an additional Galaxy Watch or a Galaxy Tab for the following: FDR series, all-around cooling series, AI energy mode, and twin cooling plus. So make sure, guys, that you are adding these to your cart because you get to experience the full power of the Galaxy ecosystem when you have the appliances or the TVs plus the add-ons, which are the watches and the tabs. All right, so make sure, guys, that you are really checking out tonight. And I told you guys, we're not sure when we're gonna bring these back, and I'm quite surprised that we bring this back again. So guys, check them out. And for our people who might be wanting to check out an appliance, well, we have our Climate 400 vouchers still available to be used for our appliances, such as refrigerators, TVs, and of course, washing machines. Don't forget, guys, to take part of the sustainability movement we are also taking a part of here in Samsung. That's why we are offering these to you guys. Get the maximum discount of 460 Singapore dollars. This is stackable with our code LS-SAVE big. So check them out. And of course, guys, when you are heading over to the Samsung Shop app, let me just quickly show how the Shop app looks like to you. So Guys, again, with the Samsung Shop app, you can definitely have even more savings. There you guys go. So look at that, right? So guys, for the Samsung Shop app, if you are heading over to the checkout page or even on just the buy page, you will see an option to trade in. And as for trading in, this is going to be your ultimate solution for big savings. On top of the code that we have, you can save an up to 1,735 Singapore dollars off for smartphones, tablets, and watches. And the best thing about this trade-in promotion is that it's not limited to just old Galaxy devices. And if you have been getting swayed to move to the Galaxy ecosystem, well, we kid you not, it's super duper good. So if you want to switch out your devices which are not from Samsung, you can definitely do so. Just check out the full list in the Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app, and you will see the corresponding discounts that you can get for your old devices. For smartphones, you can save on up to 1,230 pesos off. For tablets, you can save on up to 1,735 Singapore dollars off. And of course, for the watches, you can save on up to 430 Singapore dollars off. For more information about trading in, just head over to the Samsung.com website and of course the Samsung Shop app and search for Trade In. And next up, of course, we're not done yet with all of these amazing promotions. Check out these products with an additional Samsung Care Plus, because with the Samsung Care Plus, you get to have extra peace of mind. We kid you not, guys. The Samsung Care Plus is very, very helpful now. You get 50% savings on out-of-warranty repairs, pickup and delivery service, and of course, extended warranty and a 24/7 support and priority service. A free screen protective film replacement and a one-time screen repair. See, all of these activities, sometimes it's inevitable to have accidents. So if you are doing extreme activities, it's definitely useful to check out a Samsung Care Plus plan as well. And right now, we have a 30% off on a 2-year Samsung Care Plus plan. So check it out. Next up, we have the prices for the following devices. Starting with the Galaxy Buds 3 FE. From 168 Singapore dollars, it is down to 138 Singapore dollars with the code LS-Save Big, and it comes in both gray and black. So if you want the more classic, sleek looking color, check out the black. But if you want something that is more modern and of course kind of minimalist and elevates your life, and of course guys, elevates your look, because personally I love the gray one since it's very, very striking, kind of looks very unique. Check out the gray one instead. And again, 30 Singapore dollars off for the Buds 3 FE with the code LS-Save Big. And next up, the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, 256 gigabytes of storage. From 1898 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1848 Singapore dollars with the code LS-Save Big. And on top of this code, we get to have an automatically added to cart freebie, that is the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra book cover keyboard slim. And on top of this freebie and discount code, we can use our Samsung Registration Plus e-vouchers, which gives us an additional 50 Singapore dollars off, right? And of course, for the people who might be first-time Shop app users, you get to have additional savings as well. Same goes with our Galaxy Tab S11 256 gigabytes of storage. From 1398 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1348 Singapore dollars with the code LS-Save Big. And on top of this code, we get to have a free Galaxy Tab S11 book cover keyboard slim worth 188 Singapore dollars. And on top of this, again, Galaxy Registration Plus e-vouchers, which gives us an additional 50 Singapore dollars off. But if you want a more affordable tab, which contains the essential features. We have the Galaxy Tab S10 Lite, 128 gigabytes of storage from 588 Singapore dollars. It is down to 558 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SaveBig. And we get to have a keyboard book cover slim as well for this device. And on top of that, Samsung Registration Plus gives you an additional 30 Singapore dollars off for the Galaxy Tab S10 Lite. So, guys, again, make sure that you are making those purchases already in our Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app. No other platforms are going to give these amazing offerings for you tonight. So go ahead, make those accounts, and maybe get those additional benefits: 0% interest installment plans of up to 36, 48, 60 months. And of course, Samsung Rewards plus free delivery. Wherever we may be here in Singapore, we'll deliver it right at your door. So with that said, guys, for all the people who might be watching us in our Facebook Live as well, head over to our Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app or Samsung Shop app. So, guys, make those purchases right now in these official platforms of ours. And with that, let's highlight the first product, which I personally love, the Galaxy Buds 3 FE. So a lot of people know right now that I have a different type of buds, but I've been thinking to switch up with the Galaxy Buds 3 FE. And again, let's highlight the price of these buds from 168 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SaveBig. We get to have a 30 Singapore dollar discount for this, which we can check it out for only 138 Singapore dollars. And I've seen a lot of people who are doing a review about this, and we included them for tonight. But as a person who has been using this here in the studio, here are some of the things that I love about it the most. Starting with the strong active noise cancellation. Yes. Very, very useful, guys. With the active noise cancellation in this, a lot of people here in the studio know that I do sleep while I'm waiting. And with the active noise cancellation, I play those meditation music while waiting for the live. And then with the active noise, I don't hear anything at all. I don't hear any chaos inside the studio while my music is playing. And with that, of course, it extends to my workout, my personal workout time as well. Since we are given the chance to experience our latest products, my experience with the Buds 3 FE, I love the fact that it definitely gives me and takes me to my own world. Whether I'm outside, traveling, or I'm inside the gym. I personally love the active noise cancellation in this when I'm inside the gym for the reason that it makes me stay in the zone. Ram, you do gym as well, right?
Yeah.
And you want your own world while you're inside the gym. Of course.
Yes.
We love being in our own zone because usually when you have distractions around the gym, you hear all those bumps, you hear all those dropping off the weights, which kind of distracts you from being in the zone. The active noise cancellation cancels out everything, and I love it. So for people who are into fitness, if you're looking for the best bang for the buck buds, the Buds 3 FE is our best friend. I also use it while I'm in the treadmill or while I'm running in the park. And while I'm running, what I can say though is that it has this super duper comfortable feet and more sealed design. Usually when I wear my old buds, they fall out while I'm jogging or running in a treadmill. So my solution for that is the Galaxy Buds 3 FE. And can I just say, I've tried so many buds inside the gym. And from what I've experienced, the Buds 3 FE give the most comfortable fit because I work out for around 2 hours, So usually my ears start to feel itchy or to feel heavy. But with this, it has a super duper good fit. With the good fit, I'm sure that it won't fall off from my ear. And even though I am already sweaty and kind of wet, the Buds 3 FE is still gonna stay in my ear. And did you know, guys, for example, as a person who felt these buds very, very comfortably in my ears, I had that kind of experience that made me wash my face without with the Buds 3 FE still in my ears. That's how comfortable it was. And before, with my old buds, they got destroyed because they got wet. Yeah, that's a personal experience. But with the Buds 3 FE, it was so comfortable I forgot to take it off and I washed my face and it splashed the buds. But that wasn't a problem because we have the IP54 rating for this, which makes it resistant to water splashes. So and even though I'm jogging and I'm all sweaty, I can still be assured that these buds will still work. And of course, with those features, I get to have a more balanced and pleasant sound tuning. Yes, when I'm at the gym, the active noise cancellation paired with this balance and deep bass from the buds, I get to enjoy my workout playlist. Yes, I do enjoy my workout playlist so much with these buds. And I have those modes that I want deep basses, and sometimes I have those modes that I want clear vocals. And this paired with my phone gives me that kind of almost Dolby Atmos-like sound quality. And that's what I love the most about these buds. Even though the name says FE, it's very, very strong. It has good battery life as well, just like what I told you, right? Throughout the day, I would go to a cafe, work for around 2 to 3 hours, put the buds in back, and then I would go to the live and then listen to music for around 2 more hours before I go live. And then after that, I go to the gym and I would stay for around 2 more hours at the gym. So with that kind of lifestyle that I have, I am assured the buds would be able to power me up for more than 6 hours. 6 hours with the active noise cancellation on, but up to 24 hours with the case. But with the active noise cancellation off, 8.5 hours of playback, and of course 30 hours without the active noise cancellation off. So guys, the best bang for the buck. I could not emphasize it enough how much I love this buds, and it's very, very easy to carry and very, very lightweight. And of course, as someone who really loves the Galaxy ecosystem, again, I love my S25 Ultra so much that I use this in a lot of my daily activities. I try to access Gemini almost on the daily basis, almost on an hourly basis. And of course, with Gemini AI, I need to have hands-free access for it, but sometimes I need private answers. Like for example, hey Gemini, what's the spelling of Mississippi? Would I want Gemini to say that out loud while I'm in a coffee shop? Well, no. With the Buds 3 FE, guys, I get to have hands-free access with Gemini, and Gemini will answer with these buds. So you guys get to have that privacy for all of the queries that you have with Gemini. And not just that, since I have this S25 and more devices while I'm working, we have the auto switch for this, so I can switch between my Galaxy devices without a hassle. One device to another, voila, it's done. I love how that works so much because, for example, I want to extend my life with the S25 FE. The buds switch from one device to another seamlessly. And with the 360 audio with this, the spatial sound, I get to have enhanced background noise reduction on calls. And that extends to the music as well. I love spatial sound so much because when I turn left, right, or even look up, I would feel it surrounding me. That's why my workouts, I feel great. No kidding, really, no kidding. And of course, as a person who, again, works in cafes, or even works in the park, works anywhere, with the active noise cancellation plus the clear calls with the 3 mics in this Buds 3 FE, I assure you guys, your meetings are gonna be very, very smooth. When I talk to my manager, when we have meetings, I would use this one, and she hears me without a problem. To the point that she asked, "Are you using like an external microphone?" And I told her, "No, I'm using my buds." Yeah, because she can hear me very, very clearly. You remember that time when I was in the dressing room and I was having a meeting, right?
Right.
That's when that happened. So this is definitely one of the best buds out there. And a lot of people are commending it because it hits a sweet spot. Premium brand features at such an affordable price. So guys, a lot of people are saying this is value for money, and I am one of those people who would like to say that we get a really solid deal for this buds. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, it's very cute. I love this color combination so much. So much so that I did not opt for the black one. I did not opt for the black one because I love the color combination. It looks sleek for me, and it looks very, very stylish. I love neutral colors, that's why I chose the gray one. And paired with the black, super duper nice to have. Look at this, right? I'm wearing black and gray, that's why. Yeah.
Matchy.
Yeah, matchy. I love the Buds 3 FE Gray Edition so much. But of course, for the people who might be wanting a different color, a more classic looking Buds, well, we have the black edition for this as well. So for the Galaxy Buds 3 FE, from 168 Singapore dollars, it is down to 138 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVEBIG. Available in gray and black. Alright guys, so if you want the most affordable Buds 3 right now, which is an FE as well, we have the FE name for it, but it doesn't compromise with the performance. Get the Galaxy Buds 3 FE right now. Alright, so with that said guys, we're gonna move on to our next product. But just in case some people just came into this 28-minute mark of our live, we want to greet you good evening. And for the products that we have for highlighting for tonight, we have the Galaxy Buds 3 FE. Of course, we just talked about it. Next up, we have the Galaxy Tabs S11 series. We have the 11-inch over here and the 14.6-inch, which is the Ultra over here. And of course, the Galaxy Tab S10 Lite. So I believe a lot of people are now commenting with regards to checking out a mobile device. And if you're planning out to check out the S25 FE, no need for you to use the code for that, alright? Because we have a very special promotion for it during this launch period for the S25 FE. So if you want to check out other products in our Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app, you can definitely do so. But for tonight, we have this that we can use with the code LS-SAVEBIG. All right, so let's highlight the prices of the Galaxy Tabs first because some people might be waiting for it right now. So for the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra 256 gigabytes from 1898 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1848 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVEBIG. And on top of this, we get to have an automatically added to cart freebie, which is the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra book cover keyboard slim. And again, on top of this promo code plus this freebie, we can use our Samsung Registration Plus E vouchers, which gives us an additional 50 Singapore dollars off for the Tab S11 Ultra. And as for the Galaxy Tab S11, 256 gigabytes of storage from 1398 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1348 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVEBIG and get the book cover keyboard slim as well, automatically added to the cart. But if you have a Samsung Registration Plus E vouchers, check it out with that and get an additional 50 Singapore dollars off. All right? So, as a refresher of how amazing this tab is, let's play this video.
This is Zoe, junior project manager by day and a budding tech influencer by night. But she's not in it alone. Introducing Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, the thinnest and most powerful Galaxy Tab ever. Zoe's subscriber count, a little less impressive. Perhaps she found a shortcut.
Hey Gemini, looking at my channel stats, what direction should I go in with my next video?
It looks like your videos about tech that doesn't need to be complicated are performing well.
So appeal to a non-tech savvy audience?
Exactly. Your audience seems to really connect with straightforward tech tips.
Equipped with this new insight, Zoe got to work on her script. Atrial fibrillation, sleep. Looks like somebody wanted to help out a little. No worries, Olive. Zoe already has a little assistance. See?
What is up? Welcome to my...
Just go with it. Yes. Post it. And before you knew it, Zoe gained a few more followers. Hey, we all gotta start somewhere. Now, after leveling up on her writing, she focused on her drawing. And she was not afraid to experiment with her creativity. With the newfound power at her fingertips, her artistic range quickly expanded and improved in detail and expression. Because her thumbnails went from amateur to amazing. Mwah. Even in work mode, she effortlessly switched from one task to another and another.
This is your favorite part of the night, right? I know you love it.
Another.
For today's review,
Her productivity truly went through the roof.
and they are, in fact,
Is something bothering her?
how can I improve this background for my tech reviews?
Let's start with the bookshelf. Try removing some of the smaller items to declutter it.
What about lighting?
You want to make sure you're well lit.
Now she had the perfect setup. On camera, at least.
The studio has officially upgraded. Let's get into our new tech review.
It was the setup for success.
Easy flipped.
It was like all of her talent had finally been brought to life.
And
Zoe continued to check off things to do. And with each one, her following grew. She stepped up her game, even editing footage like a pro, with powerful performance and speed fueling her every task. And after successfully completing many to-dos, she turned them into ta-das in no time. Zoe finally realized that all she had needed to unlock her potential was her Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra.
Well, need we say more? Ram, did you know that Mr. Alex knows that I'm a big fan of the Tab S11? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Tab S11 for the reason that I see it as this super duper friendly device for me. I am friends with Gemini. I am practically friends with Gemini. And I know that if I were to use Gemini AI on the Tab S11 portable, yes, it's gonna be my best friend as well. And again, guys, we have very friendly prices for our Galaxy Tab S11 series as well for tonight. So for the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, 256 gigabytes from 1,898 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1,848 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVE BIG. And don't forget to use your Samsung Registration Plus e-vouchers for you to have an additional 50 Singapore dollars off for this tab. And of course, on top of those two amazing voucher and promo codes, we have an automatically added to cart freebie, which is the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra book cover keyboard slim worth 268 Singapore dollars. And as for the Galaxy Tab S11 256 gigabytes of storage from 1398 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1348 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVE save big, which gives us a 50 Singapore dollar discount for this device. And on top of this, we get to have a free book cover keyboard slim as well. Plus, registration plus e-vouchers gives us an additional 50 Singapore dollar discount for this device. And like what I said, I will take this away now. Thank you, Singapore. Good night. No, just kidding. No, I love this device so much. Whenever I go live with this, I am very, very tempted to check it out. Not to steal it, stealing is bad, but to check it out. Because for this Galaxy Tab S11 series that we have, you've seen all of the powerful features it contains, from the hardware to the software. Let's start with the hardware first. First of all, with these tabs, let's start with the Tab S11 Ultra. You'll get to have this very, very slim profile. Right? Look at this. Super duper slim. That's why even though it is 14.6 inch big, you can carry it without a problem. It looks and feels premium, but feels very, very light. Look at that, right? And of course, this screen is definitely an upgrade. Let me just quickly turn it on. See? Oh God, I love how big this is. Super duper massive screen. And I'm pretty sure our people from Singapore have seen me do this before, but can I just quickly do it again? See this, guys. Look at this, guys. Look at this. All right. So with this screen being this big, I can definitely make it substitute for me. Like for example, I do this, right? It's going to be able to match up with the size of my head. Yeah. I think this is very useful for creatives again, right? Look at this, right? Oh my God. Look at that. Love. That's how big the screen could get. And of course, guys, with this big of a screen, you can definitely multitask without a problem. We are boosting the capacity and the speed of our Galaxy Tabs. We have the Dimensity 9400 chipset for this, which gives us really, really boosted performance for the CPU, GPU, and NPU of our tabs. And we love that it's very, very fast. And for us to demonstrate how fast these devices can go, I prepared, of course, a video call with myself and let you guys see how responsive the tabs are going to be when you are multitasking. So suppose that you are a creative or even a university student who has the Galaxy Tab S11 and the S11 Ultra. If you are taking notes, for example, you want to open Galaxy Notes while you are on a video call, well, in fact, you can. So I'm just going to position it over here and call it with the Galaxy Tab S11. And if you're thinking, guys, can we do that as well with the Galaxy's Samsung DeX? Well, it switches to desktop view. Well, it actually can. So let's try it instead with the Samsung DeX. All right, so let's open our notes over here. So it's on tablet mode and it's on DeX mode. And let's open the Google Meet over here. See? Oh my God, Samsung. That's why I've been debating. Check out the S11 or the S11 Ultra. Look at this RAM. Desktop mode. Right? You can customize the sizes. You can place them neatly beside each other. Right? Look at that. And of course, when you switch back to non-DeX mode, back to tab. And when you switch back to DeX mode, still there. It saves your layout. And let's now call the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra with the Tab S11. So here we have it, guys. Imagine yourself, picture yourself using this tab as your main multitasking device, right? So for that, we're gonna call it And if you are interested with checking it out, because we know Galaxy's Samsung Dex has been improved with the wireless connectivity with another screen or in the tab, I'm pretty sure, guys, it's gonna be your best friend for instant desktop feels. All right, so let's call the tab over here. And get this, guys. Get this, right? With this tablet's cameras being on this side already, let me just quickly turn it off. With the tablets cameras being on this side, there, being on this side, you get to have that very convenient landscape setup during video call. So let's focus it over here. See, guys, I can just position it down here. See, and with the book cover keyboard slim, you can have those meetings conveniently, right? Because usually for old tablets, we have the cameras over on the side, right? Over on this side, right? But now our tablets have the cameras on this side. So when you do those video calls, it is very, very convenient. Look at this. Love. Right? And suppose you are an educator, right? Or you are doing your presentation. So you can just share your screen and then do all of those amazing stuff with it. Look at this. Now that I'm sharing my screen, look at this, guys. Wow. Amazing, right? And you can just customize it with Dex mode. You can just move it, put it everywhere, and resize it. Right? So, very, very useful. See, Dex mode allows you to use this tablet in this mode as well. So, whether you're in Dex mode or normal tablet mode, the tab allows you to see. And if you want to write while you're on a video call, you can definitely do so. See, guys? Amazing, right? This is Dex mode, by the way. So, look at that. All right, so picture this. If you are an office worker and you want to comment down on those setups, for example, you are in the creative industry, you can just use the tablet live and make those comments. So imagine having Zoom calls, right? So for example, okay, for this setup, I want this out and I also want this out. I just want to highlight this tab. See? Make those instant notes in your tablet during a meeting. So that's from the perspective of someone who is doing the video call. But if you are someone who's receiving the comments, then you can definitely take note of them. Just say, bring out the cross out parts, right? But if you are a student and you are an educator, let's change the scene. If you are a teacher teaching your students online, and of course giving them the most perfect way and most easy way for your lessons, let's suppose you want to do math, right? For example, let's suppose you want to do math. And sometimes we have those complicated setups and formulas in math that are sometimes very hard to understand. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like, for example, difference of two squares, or just like what we did before, FOIL. The very, very common algebra mistake. Like, for example, right? Usually, when I was a student, I had this hard understanding of how algebra works. So, for example, my professor or my teacher said, okay, so how do you expand a plus b squared, right? And if you're thinking as a student, how would you understand this? And if you're thinking as a teacher, how would I make my students understand this easily? Because for example, if you are to think, what is a plus b squared? What do you think would be the expanded view for this? Is it a squared plus b squared? Is it going to be b, a squared plus b? Or is it going to be c, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared? Which one do you think?
I think it's A.
apologize. I apologize to you, but that you're wrong. All right. So how did that happen? So for you to explain the concept to your students better, and if you are a student who wants to understand this better, you can definitely do these steps with your students. For example, right, you can change the color and say, let's go with A first. For example, here you guys go. Let's go with A first. A. So A squared, it's going to be A squared, right? And then second step, it's going to be 2 times A times B. So that's going to be 2 times A times B, right? And then last step, it's going to be, you can change the color and then tell them it's going to be B squared. It's going to be plus B squared. So with that, you get to have these differentiations and steps for your students. And as a student, you would be able to understand it better. But what if you step it up a little bit? Like for example, a more complicated step. This is called FOIL. Something that I had a hard understanding before. Let's change the colors. Imagine you are a teacher, right? Imagine you are a teacher and you want to give them the most accurate steps. Let's say red for F, and let's say blue for O, and then green for I, and then of course last but not the least, let's choose pink. Let's choose pink for L. So that means FOIL is first, O is outer, and then I is going to be inner, and then L is going to be last. There. But what does that mean, right? But what does that mean? Well, with you having the S Pen, with the tablet, and the screen sharing capabilities, you can just demonstrate it like this. It's going to be, for example, we have this. A plus B and A plus B. First step. Let's do the first step. We said first, right? We said first. That's going to be A and A. There, first. A squared. And then we said the second step is O, outer. So that's going to be the outer values. That's going to be A and B. Yes, so that's going to be plus AB. And then inner, that's going to be the inner values, the B and the A. So that's going to be this and this. There. So that's going to be plus AB. And last but not the least, we said last, which is going to be this and this. Right? So it's very, very easy to do the step-by-step instructions with our Galaxy tablets on your hand. The S Pen really elevates the experience of using the tab. So with that said, the final equation is gonna be, again, A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. So it's very, very easy to understand. But are we sure that the math solver is really, really working? And how much can the math solver really, really do? So for example, we have these values. A is equal to 6, and then B is equal to 4, right? So let's do the values that we had a while ago, Ram. So you said about A squared plus B squared, right? It's equal to 52. See guys, it's able to solve it for you as long as you just plot it in. But what about this? A squared plus 2AB plus B squared? It's going to be 100. Is that true? Well, it is, because with this, you get to have A squared and then 2 times A times B, which is 48, and of course B squared and which is 36 plus 48 plus 16 is equal to 100. So that value is definitely true. This is definitely true, right? But what if you want to take it up a step further? Because we are so used to doing additions and subtractions already, right? Now let's try subtraction. What if it's a squared minus b squared? 20. Is that correct? Because when you square 6 minus 4 squared, it's going to be, see, it's true. But what if we do an even more complicated equation? Like for example, a plus b squared and then a plus b. See guys how it's very, very useful, because when you demonstrate it, it's going to be a plus b times a plus b all over a plus b, which is going to be 10, because that's going to be canceled out, and a plus b is just going to be 10. So that's the answer. So with that said, guys, again, elevate your university experience, elevate your office experience with our Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra. You get to have this kind of DeX mode. You get to use the hexagonal S Pen conveniently with the math solver. You can comment down on PDFs, on PNGs, on JPEGs, and all of those files that you want to comment down if you are a creative and if you are a manager. And of course, you can definitely pair it up with your other Galaxy devices and really, really step up your productivity and even your studies. Again, guys, we are boasting this 14.6-inch display for the Ultra and the 11-inch for the Tab S11 on the other hand. And of course, this can power you up for a whole day with our large batteries. And of course, we want longevity for our gadgets right now. We have 7 years of updates for our Galaxy Tab S11 and S11 Ultra, and of course on top of all those, we know we always demonstrate about this being useful for creatives, for professionals, for students, for teachers, for every other people out there. But you can definitely use this for leisure time because it gives you these rich and immersive speakers, good for watching movies and listening to music and even games. And as for the prices of our Galaxy Tab S11 series, the 256GB model for the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra is at 1848 Singapore dollars for tonight with the code LS-SAVEBIG. And on top of that, we get to have a free Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra book cover keyboard slim. And of course, use your registration plus e-vouchers and get an additional 50 Singapore dollars off. And for the Galaxy Tab S11 256GB of storage, from 1398 Singapore dollars, it is down to 1348 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVEBIG. And for this, we also get to have a free Galaxy Tab S11 book cover keyboard slim worth 188 Singapore dollars. And on top of this freebie plus this promo code, get to use your Samsung registration plus voucher and get an additional 50 Singapore dollars off for this device. We are also offering this with the Eco Bundle promotion, so check out a Galaxy Watch or an additional tab if you want to give out a tab to your parents, your loved ones, or even your sibling, or maybe your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, and get additional 20 to 30% off for those devices as add-ons. But if you are looking for affordability, if affordability is definitely your priority, but you don't want to miss out on the essentials, we have the Galaxy Tab S10 Lite 128GB of storage at this price. From 588 Singapore dollars, it is down to 558 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVEBIG, which gives you 30 Singapore dollars off. And on top of this, we get to have an additional freebie automatically added to our cart, a book cover keyboard slim. And don't forget to use your Samsung registration plus e-vouchers for the S10 Lite because it will give you an additional 30 Singapore dollars off as well for those. But guys, maybe you're gonna get confused. If you want more power at the size of 11-inch, get the Tab S11. But if you want essentials that just catches up with your workflow or your studies, the Tab S10 Lite is the best bang for the buck. It gives you these flagship type features without the flagship pricing. The battery life is excellent as well. And if you are just someone who wants to have that daily media consumption, TikTok, Netflix, or even Instagram, this Tab S10 Lite is gonna be your answer. It is great for short and of course light multitasking because it is smooth as well and also has that powerful chip. But guys, if you want the extreme multitasking, go for the S11 instead. But that doesn't mean that this device cannot do that, even for its price. And of course, the cameras for this, you get to have the 48 megapixel main shooter, which produces crisp and usable photos. And that is going to be useful for students who are in auditoriums or for people who are in presentations. And of course, we have a video that has a 4K capability with up to 60 frames per second. So you're going to be able to produce those smooth, slow motion videos as well. And of course, stabilization is solid in this. So if you are struggling with taking photos, for example, in a classroom, which I did before, if you are shaking, well, that's not going to be a problem because this has a good, stable camera already. Even with ultra wide and macro lenses, the cameras are very, very useful. So with that said, guys, again, if your priority is affordability, get the Tab S10 Lite 128 gigabytes of storage from 588 Singapore dollars. It is down to 558 Singapore dollars with the code LS-SAVEBIG and get a free book cover, keyboard slim as well. Plus, use your Samsung registration plus e-vouchers and get an additional 30 Singapore dollars off by using that. And then again, guys, if you are just entering this last 3 minutes of our live, we have the following devices that we just highlighted: the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, the Tab S11, the Tab S10 Lite, and the Buds 3 FE. And for these 4 products, the code LS-SAVEBIG is super duper usable for this. And if you want to check out with an eco bundle promotion, the good thing is that we added the S11 Ultra already and the S11 plus the S10 Lite as one of the hero products. So throw in a Galaxy Watch 8 or an additional Galaxy Tab S10 series and you'll receive the 20 to 30% off with the Eco Bundle for those. So with that said, guys, again, these are only available to be checked out using our Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app. Don't forget to register for an account and get our benefits. 0% interest installment plans of up to 36 to 48, 60 months, plus free delivery, plus Samsung rewards. And of course, if you are a first-time Shop app user, well, worry not because we have additional discounts for you. And before we sign off, again, LS-SAVEBIG for you to get an up to 90 Singapore dollar discount for these devices that we just highlighted. And again, use your Samsung registration plus e-vouchers. Claim them right now and get an additional 50 Singapore dollars off for the Tab S11 series and 30 Singapore dollars off for the S10 Lite. Stack your savings with the Eco Bundle promotion as well. And with that, good night, Singapore. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Download the Samsung Shop app. Don't forget to check out and happy shopping.